Okay, hey guys, this is part two of Placate optimization video, looking at the Unity project and seeing how to do some texture optimization and also rearranging the UI to improve it for our iPad and other devices too. So I've just looked in the project and I've started making some notes. So the notes here basically are just so that when I open the game on the device, I can see. Oh, I changed the title, so I've got to check that. I changed the icons, I've got to check that, blah, blah, blah. So the other thing I noticed here, guys, wow, these icons are really big. They are massive. Clicking on the icon, this is page one, game icon, thief, 0.7 megabytes, that's huge. That's really, really big. So if all of these are 0.7 megabytes, which they are. These are the icons that are displayed all here, guys. So if I click on these, all of these are 0.7 megabytes. That's huge just for an icon. So we can really improve the quality, the optimization. We can really optimize these a lot. So let's do them one by one as they appear on the screen. So I'm just going to double click on Thief, which is Kill the Night Diamond Thief. So the thing is here, there's this space that's being used, not being used. This really should go to the edge, all the way here, like so. I know I said before, don't put them all the way to the edge, but there is a way to fix that black bleeding on the edge. So if I click on Enter. I'm just going to save this and go back into Unity. It's going to appear a little bit larger, but that's okay. I don't mind if the icons are larger. That's fine. We can resize them. So I'm just wondering if I should do this right now or not, you see, because I actually want to get the iPhone version published kind of soon. So I might actually come back to this in a moment, guys, and then start the video again. The reason I'm saying this is that basically this new version with the Cade coins, you can collect coins in the game. It's now been updated, and this version is ready. And the problem is, though, if I do publish it on the iPhone, it might not be a good gaming experience. But the iPhone 5S runs it fine. It's not a problem. Or I could spend all the time now optimizing and then publish the game. So I guess I can do that quickly. I suppose. Okay, all right. We'll go through this real quick anyway, because if I can get it running smoothly on this iPod 4, then that's great. So let's click on the icon, and we'll find it again. Where the heck is it? Game icon, thief. It's not a power of 2. You can see it's 418 by 418. So again, what we said before is make it a power of 2, which is 512 by 512. That's the closest one, I think. Save it again. You notice it said NPOT. It should go away once this updates. So there you go. It's now power of 2. It's a lot larger though on the screen, which is the problem. So we'll have to shrink that down a little bit. But what I might do first is let me think, because the game icon is just the image. I think the easiest way is just for me to just do it like this, and then just kind of line up that top the top part here. I'm just going to drag out a line. Yeah, you see, that's fine. I'm just making sure that the top line of these icons all line up here because we don't want them to be all different sizes. These ones are going to be increased in size as well. Let's click on the icon again. Game icon, thief, and right now it's gone down already. I mean, look at that. I mean, that's a massive improvement. It was 0.7 megabytes before. Again, that means that 0.7 megabytes is being loaded per icon onto the device, also in memory, which makes the game file larger. So, and now it's down to 128 using 512 by 512 RGBA compressed, and I think that's a 16-bit. Let's just click on this for a second. It's compressed size. I think that's fine, you know. I think that should be okay. 128. Yeah, I don't think we need 16-bit. Let's take a look, see what it looks like. 128. No, I think compressed is a little bit better. So I'm just looking at the quality, guys. You notice when I did 16-bit then it jumped up to like 0.5 megabytes, but compressed dropped it down to 128 kilobytes. We've got to see how it looks on the device though, so check how icons look now reduced down to 128 by 128 compressed. No, 120, what am I saying? Now reduced down, whatever. Just a moment, guys. Okay, guys, I'm back. So, yeah, so I think 512 compressed might be fine. I won't override it. I won't change this to advanced because there are no mipmaps. In fact, let's just double check. All right. Yeah, there's no mipmaps on there, so that's fine. We just go back to the sprite GUI. Yeah, PVRC 4 bits, 128, 128, that's fine. Okay, so we've reduced that down a lot. All right, next one. So let's find the image. It's under game icon. Basketball, again, 0.7 megabytes. That's huge. We need to reduce that down. Double clicking on it. Let's move it into the top left there. I'm not worried about these black outlines bleeding onto the edge at the moment since the background is black. If that becomes a problem, I will change it later. But right now, I'm just going to do this real quick. Save. 418, that's not a power of 2. We need to go to 512. Save. I'm just clicking Control and S, Command and S on the Mac to save that. And you can see that's gone a lot larger there. So just click on that, select the game icon image. And I'm just going to reduce it down so that it's in line. Make sure that it's kind of close. Sorry guys, turn that off. And there you go. I think it might have to be reduced just a little bit more. Yeah, I mean, it doesn't have to be absolute pixel perfect. It's not a big problem. But let's see how that game icon looks now in terms of size. 128, there you go. Right there. The default is fine. Even though this says 1024, guys, it doesn't matter because it's not going to reach 1024 because the actual texture sprite size is 512. And you can see here, I always look at this number here, this 128K. If that's too large, if that's 0.7, it's way too big. Okay. I'm just going to click play, and I want to turn that music volume off. I'm just going to make sure that the game does start. You see, it's also affected this icon here, which is okay at the moment. That's not a big problem. And you can see the iPad is a problem. This is the iPad screen that I'm looking at right now. Louis going crazy at somebody who's visited. So yeah, you can see here it's increased the icon size. Not a big problem right now. We can adjust that later if we want. But I just want to do some quick optimization and get this version published, and then I'll do some better optimization later. So let's do the next icon anyway. I just wanted to make sure that those games started okay. Our game icon, Skippy no. Again, non-power of 2 and 0.7 megabytes, so it's huge. That's not good. Let's just reduce this down a little bit, just by a pixel or so. I noticed that was a little bit too big. Is that correct? Yeah, that's fine. All right, Skippy note again. You make sure you're not wasting this space here. I'll always use all of the texture size. If you want it to snap to the edge, actually, I can just drag it. The way that I was doing it before, guys, I was holding the shift button and I was dragging the corner. That's how you maintain the aspect ratio when you're scaling inside of Photoshop. But if you want it to snap, then you can just do one side and it'll snap to the edge. Oh, no. Click enter, image size. We're going to go 512, 512. Again, we want power of 2. Boom, save. Back into Unity. That's what I like about Unity is it can save Photoshop files in Unity. Photoshop files don't get compressed into PNG files when they come into the game on the device. Don't worry if the PSD file is very large inside of Unity, you're not going to get a massive game file size. So don't worry if you're using PSD files inside of Unity. It's totally fine. Right, let's just reduce this down again. I'm going to make sure this is just lining up okay. Yeah, that's fine. I'm just dragging a line out here, guys, and just lining it up to the other icons, that's all. Click on the icon. I'm clicking Command and S, by the way, that's why it's a bit of delay. I always click Command and S just as a habit. 128 kilobytes again. Here I'm looking on the right, totally optimized. We don't know how it's going to look on the device though, we've got to build it in a moment and take a look, so I might do that in a second. Click on play. I'm just going to see. In fact, what I might do is I might build now and then just see how that looks. And you can see you've always got to check on an iPad because look how close this pop-up is to the edge. You know, if it was on an iPhone 4 even, it's not a problem. But always check on an iPad wide if you're working horizontally. Let's just make sure that loads. Again, iPad wide. Wow. Right off the edge. So we're going to have to fix that as well. See, this is the optimization part as well. I wonder why this was approved by Apple before though, because this version is actually approved by Apple, so I'm not sure why that happened.
Wow, respond really fast, very correct.
Okay, so alright guys, so after just doing those icons, I'm going to build this now, so hit Command and B. Actually, let me just close Xcode first, because that was running on the device a second ago. Boom, close that down. And Command and B. Okay, and what I'm going to do is I'm just going to let Xcode open up here. I'm not going to go through this. I'll pause the video and then make another one separately so that my recording software doesn't mess up either. So anyway guys, check out part 3. And I'll get it uploaded and I'll put the link down in the description or on the howtomakemobilegames.com channel. And yeah, stay tuned. Bye bye.